हाँ फ्रंट से चाहिए, ये ना फॉरवर्ड, ये फॉरवर्ड, ठीक है. Okay, I've got a very exciting presentation for you. Vidya was right. This fits like a T. Myths beyond myths and stereotypes. This has been a whole life of breaking myths and being not a stereotype. Whether as a woman in uniform or whether as a girl in tennis shorts way back in 60s. It was always breaking myths and stereotypes. Now, since you're a management school, I thought I should bring you have enough books to read. Let me take you to a practical exercise. आज आप देखो सरकार चलती कैसे है, सरकार चलने में चैलेंजेस क्या हैं, और जो भी आप सब हिंदी समझते ना, all the management things which you are learning from this wonderful institution, how do you put them in practice? And what is it what doesn't teach you? The schools cannot teach you everything. You have to learn it by experiencing it. So I brought a lot of experience for you. Here is I will explain it as I come along. So I'm coming straight to the point. Is that right? Yeah. When I took over 2.5 years ago on May the 29th, 2016, I was told by the political class at that time that Madam Lieutenant Governors are supposed to be figureheads. That was the stereotype. That was the myth. I'm going to take you to the journey. What made me break this myth? That Lieutenant Governors are not figureheads. They're not rubber stamps. These are the powers I have. I'm going to put this presentation on the YouTube. You read this. It's an amazing list of powers which you can't read closely, but I wanted to list out to you one of the few things. It's called all financial powers. The entire financial responsibility of the administration is with the Lieutenant Governor. Now, when a financial responsibility is with the Lieutenant Governor, how does that person become a rubber stamp? How does that person? The only choice is to be one of them if we are doing hanky-panky, or stand apart. So you have two choices. One is to flow with the tide if the tide is dishonest, or flow against the tide if the tide is dishonest, or flow with the tide if the tide is honest. But the question is, if there's a contradiction, what happens? This is the list of powers. I know you can't read, but I thought I must share with you. This is what I read when I took over. Because even I didn't know the powers of the Lieutenant Governor. So I had to read the law, the rules, the business rules, and the constitution, and to understand quickly what is it that I can do and what is it that I have to manage to do. So this is a list which I thought I'd share with you. But don't worry if you can't read it, but I just thought I'd list it out for you. But most of the contingency powers, the contingency fund, the policies, the postings, the transfers, all this is finally grant in aid sanction is all with the Lieutenant Governor. I'm not talking of governors. There's a difference between a Lieutenant Governor and a governor. And the Lieutenant Governor is of union territories and the governors are of states. I have no idea of the states. I've not worked as a governor, so I have not read the laws and rules, so I have no idea. So therefore this is applicable only to Lieutenant Governors, which includes Delhi, which includes Andamans. These are the three main Chandigarh. These are the administrators which are the union territories which are being run by Lieutenant Governors or administrators. So we share the same powers. So these are others. So what am I doing? It's breaking the myth. Once you've read the laws, when do you break the myth? When you break a stereotype, when you understand yourself. You cannot break a myth. You cannot be different till you understand your purpose. Whether it's a man or a woman, a management student or a teacher or a professional or a chancellor or a director, you have to understand who you are, what is it that you are, what therefore, and what is it that you want to be. What is inherent potential you have, and why are you there where you're there? So I knew what, having read it, now I understood what my responsibilities were. And let me share with you how I started to break one myth after another. Now we do keep talking about, I'm talking about responsible and inclusive administration. Because this is for me the definition of any administration. It has to be responsible and it has to be inclusive. This was my first call when I got the appointment, and that's the way the oath looks like. The appointment letter of Lieutenant Governor looks like this. Since this is a document rarely goes public, I thought I'll have you look at it. One day you may be like that. Monday you may be receiving any one of you. Who knows? Who knows? So I thought you should look at your future appointment letter. Here was my oath. So I took the oath. The lights.
I,
Kiran Bedi,
do solemnly affirm that
do solemnly affirm that
I will faithfully discharge the functions of the Lieutenant Governor of the Union Territory of Puducherry,
that I will faithfully discharge the functions of the Lieutenant Governor of the Union Territory of Puducherry. So while I took the oath on that day, the first myth I broke was that after the oath, after the oath, no Lieutenant Governor speaks. No Lieutenant Governor addresses the gathering. So the first myth I broke was, after I took the oath, I gave a management mantra. Listen to this. It is a mantra called, we all visualize a prosperous Puducherry. That's my mantra, prosperous Puducherry. And we shared the word yesterday when we met. I will try to share my 3 principal mantras. The first one being trust. This would mean working with integrity in all forms, financial, administrative, and intention. The second mantra, my friends, is empowerment. This means enabling and enhancing optimum utilization of resources while addressing concerns. It also means promoting self-reliance through training, mentoring, and more. My third mantra, my friends, and the final mantra is accountability. Not just to the people, but also to yourself. It means implementing and promoting respect for law. Together these mantras form an acronym called T. T for trust, E for empowerment, and A for accountability. So our mantra could be together T. So this was the mantra I gave, as I said, the first myth or a protocol I broke. Because I wanted to give an acronym to Puducherry. You say, what is it we're working for? We're working for a concept called prosperous Puducherry. Prosperous Puducherry I coined before I took the oath. When I was flying from Delhi to Pune to come and take the oath, I coined it, thought over, what's one word where it's a mission statement? Because there is a mission statement of life. There's a mission statement always of an institution. There's always a mission statement. If you don't have a mission statement, it's a journey without a destination. But when you have a mission statement, you have a journey and every step takes you towards that destination. So I took it towards prosperous Puducherry. Word prosperous means holistic health, total health in all respects. So I don't need to explain that. You can go to the dictionary meaning of prosperous. So this is what it was. And I was explained by the protocol team that time, saying, man, nobody takes a speech. After the oath, you go home, have a cup of tea and go home. I said, no. I'm going to declare my mission statement so that everybody gets onto that journey of prosperous Puducherry, for which trust, empowerment and alignment was offered, or alignment or accountability. You can call it both. So what is the needed management? Moment in the management, you give a mission statement, you work on the process. So the process, what is the process? Is it written in a book? Or do you see it? Do you feel it? Do you know it? Do you experience? How to search? What is my... I didn't know Puducherry. I didn't know Puducherry. I'm a Delhiite. I'm a North Indian. I've not worked in the South at all. So I don't know Southern culture. I don't know their habits. I don't know the challenges yet. But there was no induction period of taking over as Lieutenant Governor. How do I get going? Because I have no time to lose. So here is it, what I want to share with you, how I broke the myths and these stereotypes one by one. How? I did a SWOT. I immediately did a SWOT and I opened a number called 1031. 1031, friends, was a toll-free number. Immediately I asked the Chief Secretary, I want a toll-free number. 1031 where people can write, inform any problem, any corruption, any rowdyism. Tell me what's going wrong. 1031 as a confidential line. And I also did a SWOT analysis. The strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. With whom? See this. I did it with senior officers. They're all secretaries and directors. I didn't know them. I didn't know their mind. I didn't understand. I didn't know what they were thinking about their work. I didn't know their attitudes. So I did a SWOT analysis. From them, it was done on May the 29th, 2016. Just exactly the day I took the oath. Exactly the day I declared the mantra. I also did a SWOT. I did not waste a single day because I wanted to know my team as to where do I get going. So here is, these are all ideas for you because you are a management school. You'll all be one day's directors, CEOs, general managers, etc. I'm giving you ideas which you can furbish, you can garnish, you can do whatever you want. But these are ideas for you. But you need to customize it. It's like know your customer. The banker is you need to know your customer. So I needed to know my officer. I needed to know my customer. Who's my customer? My customer is my colleague, my peers and my secretaries. So I started to do a SWOT analysis. Never ever done before. I didn't know it was not done before, but to the best of my knowledge, it wasn't. So I got the strengths. And the strengths analysis was, there's a lack of coordination among strengths. Strength was coordination among CM and AG. At that time, there was a coordination between the Chief Minister and the Lieutenant Governor. And the reason was very simple. Because the Lieutenant Governor was an absentee Lieutenant Governor. He was in a dual charge. And he was minimized work because he was LG Administrator Andaments, and he was coming in and clearing files because he was on a dual charge. He couldn't enter the nitty-gritty of many issues. Poor man, coming all the way from Andaments, not knowing, getting the grip of it. So, it was everything hunky-dory. Looked like everything hunky-dory. Coordination amongst the departments, as they said, but it is a myth. I tell you how demolishing it was. It wasn't true. Coordination between Union Territory and the centre. Well, for a while, yes. As long as there's one political party between Union Territory of Delhi and it works very well. Everybody protects the other because there's just one party. Who do you expose? These were the strengths. And these were the weaknesses which came out now, which were challenge for me. Political myopia, short-sightedness, scarce resources, and then centralization of power in the Ministry of Home Affairs. This is what turned out to be weaknesses. Opportunities. High literate population was my strength. Communal peace was, that means you got to know what Puducherry has. It has high literate population, communal peace, small size Union Territory, high human development index in health, education, power and transport. And here were the threats. Threats were over-politicization, small-minded political persons, and dole-dependent culture. Despite being high in human development, the culture was all the time wanting freebies. All the time wanting a free mixie, a free television, a free Mangal Sutra, a free rice, a free Pongal gift, everything free, a free sari, or everything free. So this was the culture. This is what I got to know, that these are the threats. And this was not written by me, my friends. It was written by the secretaries and I made a summation for you. Now what happened? What do I do after that? The 1031 started to work, and it started to tell us what happened, what was happening. Amazing information came, and we held a public meeting like this, and we declared, please dial 1031 to complain about crime and corruption. I was told at that time there were a lot of rowdies, dropout boys and dropout boys who would not go and do any skill development but become members of the gangs who would extort money from the industries, from places. Anyway, they would act as extorters by the people who wanted to use them. So we had that complaint, and they were all, nobody was complaining, because if they complain, who will protect them? So all that information started to come, that it was not a secure place. It was rowdyism plenty. And what we did with it, that's a different story. But we came to know the problem. So we did these toll-free numbers, as you saw. And now I'm taking you to the first week. You're still on the first day. You're still on the first day as Lieutenant Governor. Now let me share with you what I did the first week. I have observed in my career, in my experience, and I want to leave that another mantra for all of you management. You declare who you are in the first 20 days. The way you work as a teacher, the way you work as an administrator, the way you work, and then if you sustain it right for 40 days, that's who you are. You are what you do from day 1 and the next 20 days. And then you are pakka till you are 40 days. And after that, I do not know whether you can be changed or not, or whether you're an asset or a liability to the organization. But your first 40 days is very vital, even to change a habit. Here it happened. So first of all, I removed the privileges. I removed the privileges which I had. That was the siren and the lal batti. This is my car. And this is Raj Nivas, the way you look at it. Come and visit it. So we took away the sirens and the red beacon. And then we opened up the system. We opened up the system by open house, called any public can come. That's the way Raj Nivas looks like, friends. See the people waiting? Now they're coming by token system. They're coming for any complaint every evening, 4 to 5. They're coming for any complaint. And they sit, they have a cup of tea, and they make a complaint. So not only is 1031, it is also complaint, and we stand and listen to them. We don't sit, because if you sit, then everybody will sit and nobody will go away. So it's opening up a system called the open house, and you get a complaint and you refer them to and we record it. These are different days of the open house. It's every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 to 7 p.m. I stand for 2 hours and we listen to them. Thousands of complaints have been listened to. These are all different days of the open house. Open house is an open system. So this is called the open house. Now, not only in the open house started from absolutely by the second day. Open up the system, take away their privileges, let me be the way I was. I was not a Lieutenant Governor born, and I'm not going to be a Lieutenant Governor forever. I want to remain who I am. Therefore, I'm here to serve. I'm here for a mission. I'm here to make a lawful, peaceful, prosperous Puducherry. So I've got to take away all the cushions and the layers and start it. So now, from 1031 to open house, now you see these within the first week. This is called the weekend 6 a.m. rounds. Weekends, Saturdays and Sundays declared holidays for government, not for me. I'm going to the problems now, because the problems have started to come through 1031 and the open house. Knowing these problems, how can I sit in the office? I cannot as an administrator. So I start to go on the ground. These are biking. We start to bike. Seeing the problems. This is a garbage dump of the... These are biking. This is your Lieutenant Governor biking. garbage, seeing water harvesting issues, whether they're ready for water harvesting, talking to the SHG women, cleaning up garbage in beaches, going in the buses together, rewarding those people who do the dirtiest and the most difficult job. This is a management called getting out of comfort zone. You must have read it. Getting out of comfort zone. I wanted to show you what is getting out of comfort zone. Comfort zone is when it is your time, you'll give that back to the people, which is 6 a.m. in the morning, Saturdays, 6 a.m. in the mornings on Sundays, going on a bike and going to the dirtiest area. Friends, if I know Puducherry most, I know it by its garbage dumps. I know it by its dirty drains. I know it when it's choked situations. I do not know more of its tourist places, because every Saturday and Sunday I've gone to a problem area. But the problem area came through opening up of the system. And opening up the system proved a challenge for an administrator. So where is the figurehead here? Where is the figurehead? What rules am I breaking? Now have a look. So here was a daily coordination. That's another system I want you to see. We have a daily 10 a.m. meeting. A daily review of 10 a.m. on working days. Everybody, all my key colleagues, my OSD, my secretary, this is my key operational team. 10 a.m. daily, we have a meeting, we minute it and we review it. It's a daily forum where we coordinate the plan for the day and we plan for the week, we plan for the month, but we plan and we minute and we review. And then that's where policies are evolved. A thinking is coming during the day. This is called the 10 a.m. morning meeting. Coordination is very, very vital, which was missing. This is what we brought in. In this, we used to bring in other people also to come and participate. So this was called the daily coordination. Now look at the next one. Constant learning. How do I know the other departments? Now we started to do a sort of departments presentations. One by one, within the first week, we started with departmental presentations. So different officers are coming. This is a finance secretary, secretary of IT, this is secretary law and order, this is law secretary. We start to learn from them, listen to them. Education, these are all secretaries. Then it led to one-on-one visit. Not only office, go to the office. Go to the office. Just as you go to the garbage, go to the office. It's like teacher going to the class, administrator going to the office. This is with the chief secretary and all of this. No, sorry. Now this is the grievance redressal system. We evolved a robust WhatsApp group. This is prosperous Puducherry. About 230 of us are all daily on a WhatsApp group. We share a daily message. Less crime, less investigation, less time wasted. And whenever you have full information, go back and record in daily diary. Don't spare anybody. No sparing anybody. This is the way we share our WhatsApp group. All grievances are computerized, analyzed, gone on to the spot, cross-checked. Now you have the Raj Nivas to People Nivas. So the lawns of the LG house are now used for people. It's an open house. People. This is my seat. The birthday gift is sit on the LG chair. we hold in our lawns. These are Rajnivas lawns. This is what Vidya gets sometimes in the morning. Vidya, these are the pictures you get. These are our Swachhta workers who clean up the city, and we're holding different functions with them. It's called the People Nivas, and that's the building the way it looks. And here the visitors hour, where anybody can come from 1 to 2, have a look at Rajnivas and go inside Rajnivas. These are all visitors who come from all directions. So if you come to Puducherry, come between 1 and 2, you can get a free entry. These are speakers. So these are different groups who've been visiting us during the visitor hour. This is the Chinese ambassador who came. This is Isha Foundation School. This is all of us. So friends, India will not change because many of you will join bureaucracy. Some of you will join the civil services. Some of you will join other services. India will not change with armchair bureaucracy. India will change it when it is mandated to come out in the field to see the discomfort people are facing. India will change only then. India will not change by armchair bureaucracy. India will only change by field reviews, field visits, sensitivities, compassion, problem-solving attitude. Reaching out to the people, going to the people rather people coming to you. Now I wanted to show you all is not so good. It's not so easy. Now I want to show you, despite this we've done it. So I want to show you what has happened despite. See some of these news clippings where I had to ban business class fare of the ministers and the babus. You have to learn it the hard way, and I'm here to teach you today. Be prepared. If you are following your conviction, then obstacles will come. But if you believe in them, you will learn to read the law, read your power, fulfill your responsibility, and go on regardless. And I have been a lot of cartoons. These are all my cartoons which have been coming. All kinds of, I was called a Hitler. That's a Hitler cartoon. I'm looking pretty handsome. In fact, Hitler would be turning in his grave that somebody is looking handsome. So all these are those. Then comes recall, goes back, the whole team goes to LG's chief Jantar Mantar in Delhi saying, recall. Recall what? Recall what? Recall cleaning of the city? Recall rowdyism control? Recall grievance redressal? Stop open house? Stop your meetings? Recall what? So friends, these are the stereotypes. That was the expectations from a top person in the office. And then when he spreads the lies, I asked for a lie detector to test him, he stopped telling lies. When he kept lying, I asked for a lie detector test. Both of us are willing to go. Then I'm told he stopped lying because he thinks, Honorable Chief Minister thinks a lie detector test may happen. So these are other stories which I will leave you on the YouTube. You can read them. These are the other challenges we had. As I told you, the lie detector test on my right. Okay, Bedi calls for lie detector tests. On my right, on my left. Similarly, we used corporate funds to help diesel channels. We had no money in the public works to diesel channels to have irrigation water. We succeeded, friends, and today Puducherry is water rich already because of the CSR funds. And he called it a Himalayan scan. Here is I thought I must share with you, Government of India direction. Bedi can act without aid and advice of the minister, central government said. That's the way an administrator's powers are. So I was not violating rules. I could do this. And it says, Lieutenant Governor has powers wider than the state governments. That's the myth broken. And that's what public does not know. Public is not aware. And that's what today Puducherry is becoming aware. So what next? Finally, this is next. We are documenting the work. Vidya was asking me, where is your next book? All this will become a new book. And I will release the book from here. I will release it from here. This year. We will release the book from here. Because you are my oldest mentoring institution. You also groomed me in a big way. Vidya and Dr. Majumdar have also groomed me. They took me along. I was an inexperienced young police officer, but when they had some wonderful functions, they invited me. I didn't know very much how to speak also, but I learned to speak by making trial and error. But you groomed me. So therefore, I will release my first book from here. So we're making a documentary film. We are making documentary. We are also putting a book form. And we are already on small things on YouTube. You can go to the YouTube. You'll see little small YouTubes which we create every day. They're all there. These are very good management lessons for you. So I offer you, what is your takeaway? Therefore, as a teacher, if you want to break anything, begin with what you have. And that's what I did. I began with what I had. I had the law, I had the rule, I had the team. I start to understand who they are, and I start to open up the system to understand. Begin understanding with what you have. Don't wait for resources to fall into your lap. Begin. And that's where you start building up. This is not a new learning for me as a Lieutenant Governor. I did this constantly even as a police officer. When I had no policeman in the prison, Dr. Maju, when I was in the Lieutenant Governor's, in the prison, I had no security men. How we created teachers out of nothing. All this, friends, was done by beginning with what you have. So you must not take away, these are your lessons. Field on the ground, retrain and upskill, maximize communication, create groups and remain accessible, begin with what you have. It's a responsibility, not a power. Now, had I shown you only in theory, had I shown you this slide just like that, without giving you the practical, it would become a part of the book. But I thought I will bring you last to establish for you what I said is how and why is it essential. So these are for me the 6P model called the Puducherry model. Why not? Prosperous Puducherry model. It's field work. So wherever you are, choose that, my friends. And finally, I would say, end with this quotation, to say the future is completely open and we are writing it moment to moment. We all do that, moment to moment. I thought this is the only way I could reach out to you as a management school. I have to do justice to your time and take your classroom out to the field so that you experience it all and you then say, I know where I learnt it. I had that event on that day and I learnt it and now I practice it. But remember, this is the beginning and not the end. You have to learn in your life moment to moment and keep improving moment to moment. Every morning is a refreshed morning where you have to create new ideas, create new thinking, reflect on yourself. What was I doing yesterday? What can I do today better? Because you have to build on yesterday and then plan for tomorrow. To me, the biggest message for you is start your day afresh, reflecting, which means bringing concept of meditation, bringing in yoga, bringing in some fitness. That one quiet hour is so important. All my ideas, my friends, came from my morning hour, which I haven't given you. I haven't given you a sample of my personal habits. I've only shown you management practices. But the personal habits are behind the management practices. And the personal habit is, I give myself almost 2 hours of silence in the morning. I get up early and I reflect, I do my fitness, I do my yoga, and I do my thinking, and thoughts start coming. What can I do today? What is my challenge for today? How do I deal with it? And then responses come. And then after that is energized time for the rest of the day. And you are moment to moment. When tomorrow comes, we'll see. But what you have to do, the right thing, the right way, on this day. This is what I thought would be my message. Today, the Indian bureaucracy, friends, Indian government, which is administration by laws and rules, is in the hands of the young. Is in the hands of the young. The elected representatives or vested interests, whoever they may be, if they go wrong, they have to pollute the young first. And if the youngsters do not get polluted, when they have a security of the job, when they have the power, when they have the administrative skill, they have the training, if they stand up like we did, I've not allowed any money to be diverted, not money to be wasted. I stood up and said, this is what is budgeted, this is all you can get. You're not budgeted, you can't get. लाख जोर लगा दिया, दे दो, नहीं दिया, पैसा नहीं है, पैसा नहीं. So the budget नहीं है, budget नहीं, पहले budget लाओ. बजट नहीं है तो उधार कैसे देंगे, उधार से कैसे गिफ्ट मिलेगी, उधार से फिर अपनी जेब से दे दो. You give it out of your own pocket, but not from government funds. Government funds are budgeted and they have to be accountable for. So friends, it's in the hands of the young. And I'm not alone in this. I want to give my full credit to my Chief Secretary, current Chief Secretary, Ashwini Kumar. Brilliant officer. He's the one who's standing by immediately. The Finance Secretary, Dr. Kandavalu, he's standing by. 3, 4 or 5 officers who are standing by are driving the change. Who are they? They are people from you. They're coming from your universities and colleges and graduates and MBAs, all of them. All of them. Some of them are engineers, some of them are doctors, medical, some of them are, all of them are highly skilled. All they have to do is stand up and not worry कि कल क्या होगा, transfer होगा, I'm ready for a transfer. The future of this country is in the hands of the youth, educated youth, but not insecure youth. If you remain secure, you are educated. But if you start becoming insecure and shaky, what will happen? My house will go, my child's admission will go, or my car will go, or my transfer will go. Then you are putting your government and your country on sale. That's what not you educated for. You educated here to protect the integrity and honesty of this country and the peace and harmony of this country. Unless the administration clears and approves a proposal, my friends, understand, no money bill can be out. So whenever you see a splurge of the money, somebody has given in. And who is that service person who's given in? Is the person who is probably educated from some of the wonderful universities, but never realized the power of the position or the responsibility of the position. So I want to put the onus back on you. Whether you're in business or you're in government service, please stand up for what you've been educated for. You've been educated for to have a good character. First a character, and not for business only. You know, business will come out of the character. Character comes first. And in the character, most important thing is courage and integrity. If you've got the courage, you've got the integrity, you're a protector of this nation. And if you're weak and you are afraid, you are putting your position on sale. To my mind, this country's future is secure if the youth rises up to the occasion. Whatever may say, anybody may say कि हमें ये चाहिए, हमें वो चाहिए, ये करो. ठीक है, आप चाहिए. Make public statements, but make a provision first in the budget. And the budget has to be also provided by priorities, not for non-priorities. Because budget making also is in the hands of the civil servants and the management and the business. So friends, I thought this is the best way I could groom the generation which is going to look after this country. Thank you and God bless.